Welcome to match day one here at the Simulation Soccer Federation. Oops, sorry, I had my Twitch volume on. I apologize for that. I was like, what the hell is that about? Sorry about that. So this is match day one at the Simulation Soccer Federation where Hearts of Maple takes on Knox City. We are at Hearts of Maple, so we are up in Vermont, Burlington, Vermont, at the Sugar Shack. Today in the commentary box with me, I've got Geralt Winkler. How you doing, Geralt?
Not too bad. How about yourself?
Not bad now after I muted my mistake. I've got Thomas Smith, owner of Detroit.
Hey Eagle, how you doing? I'm excited to watch this matchup here.
Yeah, I am as well. And I've got Maddie Taylor, captain of Bossier City Steamers, as well with us. How you doing today?
I'm good. All the better for seeing those wonderful Knox City uniforms.
Yes. So Hearts of Maple are in their home kits for this opening match, and Knox City are in their alternate kits for this opening match. So if you're new to the league, this is the Simulation Soccer Federation. This is the opening weekend kickoff. We are a computer versus computer soccer league where you have a player, you worry about progression, get your player better, and we see how he does on the field. With that, Winkler, let's get this first game started. Unless anybody else in the commentary box has anything else to say right now.
Just real quick, I wanted to give a shout out to the Big Head Baseball League, another simulation league that runs off of Super Mega Baseball 3. It's a lot of fun. If anybody has interest in baseball simulation league, let me know and I'll get you guys an invite link.
Perfect, yeah. Also, we have a Discord server. Wink will post the link here soon if you are not in our Discord server. We're currently looking for waiting list players for added extension on players. Of course, Dave has a lot to say, right? Coming out, captain for Hearts of Maple is Zeus Williams. And I'm not sure who the captain is this week for Knox City because they are Yogi Bar this week. Yeah, because they are rotating each week on captains.
It got brought up in the chat how this match means a lot to Hearts of Maple after getting absolutely decimated in the cup by Knox City.
Yeah, but it's a preseason cup. It's like winning a college basketball preseason cup, like Battle of Atlantis. It doesn't mean anything. Both of these teams are going to be coming out in a 4-3-3 formation with Dave Axis leading the line for Knox City and Eagle Mondavi leading the line for Maple. Thomas, if you're Hearts of Maple, where are your keys to victory today?
Keys to victory is definitely to control the ball. They need to make sure that they keep control of the ball. They're winning this game on defense, and they definitely don't let don't let Knox City get on the board early.
Oh, as we can see, Winkler had the commentary on that one. Thanks, Thomas. Slyn, if you're Knox City, what are your keys to victory?
Get the goal early, get the ball into Axis, give him some space. We've seen in the cup that he can be a lethal finisher and basically make the crowd a non-factor and make Hearts of Maple chase the game.
Okay, perfect. Winkler, do you have anything to say about these two teams?
No, I'm very interested in how this game's going to go. Both teams using tight marking, one on Freddie, one on Eagle Mondavi. I'm interested to see with our player overalls if it takes teams out of position and opens up shots at glory.
Glory, yeah, Knox City, yeah, they're all Lone Star Glory, actually, basically, at Knox City. We're going to kind of lay back on the play-by-play this week. We haven't really figured out the audio issue yet, so we'll be jumping in and out of just regular commentary. That's a good tackle. Oh, I thought it was a good tackle.
They rule it a foul. I think that was a clean tackle.
Yeah, this is... yellow card. Wow, 6 minutes in. Yellow
Green
card
shirt
already.
ref is having none of it today. And obviously, we know that Knox City is the more aggressive team. Will green shirt ref play a factor.
Nacho booked.
You can see why that was a yellow. I mean, the player followed through. He got a slightest touch on the ball, and basically his studs hit the guy's toe. So, and he was from behind as well. Any tackle from the rear is always worth a card in the referee's mind.
Yeah, definitely. And we see green shirt ref. If red shirt ref was reffing, there would have been no foul there. We can all agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
So now Nacho's got to play 84 minutes on a yellow card. He's got to play a little cautious. Could he be the first player that we see sent off? Winkler, if you're Nacho, with your mindset for the rest of this game, how does that change how you play?
If I'm Nacho, I'm a little bit frustrated, and you know that might cause me to slide tackle somebody else. I'm still pumped up. You still got those match day one nerves going. He's got to get a few touches of the ball, I think, to settle down and get back into his groove.
Yeah,
You'll see
he wants the red. He wants that +10 aggression. That's what he just, basically states right there. He doesn't care about the team. He only cares about himself.
So, some of our players are mic'd up, and they will speak back. And as Eagle said, Nacho says he's going for the red. So, Hearts of Maple, watch out for Nacho. He's coming for you.
That's a weak foul right there.
The ref is laying down the marker very early.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Green ref's showing them they got to play a clean game.
Nicky lobbying for the card. He says, you gave us one. Give them one too.
If I was the ref, I'd have given him a card for trying
how is that a foul?
Card for dissent.
Jeez.
Gives Nacho an opportunity. Maybe to put a ball on target.
Blocked by the wall. Now, I don't know about you guys, but from most of the simulations I've ran, most of those free kicks are getting blocked by the wall.
Yeah, it's because the players aren't skilled enough yet to sort of utilise the free kick much, so they will just blast into the wall, or you can't get it's quite a skill to get a ball over a wall and down again into the goal. So, and as soon as people start progressing, and they'll probably choose one or two players to take a set piece, then you'll see more shots on goal.
No, I definitely agree with that. We do have, at Hearts, we have 2 set piece takers right now that I'm working with. Rather not have the rest of the team, use those progressions. It's kind of wasted progression if everybody on the team's doing it.
Is it wasted if we don't have draws and everything goes to PKs?
Well, there's a bunch of different things that bring into effect for PKs, right? At least set piece taking helps with corners and free kicks. What a job by Benny Maradonis there to hold the ball off.
Oh, and then he passes it to a quick turnover.
Plus, we've seen. I mean, last in the cup, we saw that you could score 5 penalties with players with the lowest rating for penalty kicks. So it is possible, especially while the keepers are still progressing.
Yeah, and we did see a free kick wonder strike last week as well in the cup from Dynasty, if I remember.
That one was insane. That it had to be close to 40 yards, which was phenomenal.
Yeah. Ooh, Zeus Williams, one of the tallest players in the Simulation Soccer Federation at 200 centimeters.
That was a shame that Knox City couldn't take advantage of that foray behind the defensive line there.
Offsides, or he's going to get called for a foul. Oh, yeah.
A lot of players with
Eagle
a lot of players with great hair in the league.
What was that, Maddie?
I feel like there's like a vast majority of players have got grey hair in this league. I mean, I don't know if it's just because of the age of the patrons behind them, or it's just a fashion thing. But
yeah, no, I agree with you. I mean, it's either there's a lot of balds, a lot of bright colors, or gray hairs for the player.
You got Mark All, who's slowly, steadily losing his. I feel like he's going to have slightly less every game.
He's got that receding hairline. It's a good ball in there for Knox City.
I'm surprised that Axis didn't get called on that for kicking the defender right in the hip as he was going for that ball.
I feel like going wide on Knox City not on Knox City, on Hearts of Maple is not the best strategy when you've got such a big player in the middle like Williamson. What you want to do is kick the ball over the top of him and run at him and make him turn. Big players struggle to turn around quickly.
Ooh, is this a foul on Mondavi or Adam Williams? Looks like it was a
I
foul on
believe they called it on Adam Williams.
Yeah.
It's going to be a long free kick.
Does Tom Welsh go for glory?
He didn't last time. Nope. Oh,
And
Mondavi, terrible.
right off the
Poor touch.
Poor.
That's the thing with players at the level they are now, with the short passing game that most teams seem to employ. The players just aren't quite skillful enough to make sure all the passes go to feet, or the first touch isn't good enough.
Ooh, that was a good run. Ooh, that's a good run for Tom Welsh there.
I believe that is our
really key to
first save of the day.
It might be Roscoe's first career save. I don't think he actually got one in the Cup last week, or if he did, it would have been on Sunday.
Don't know why the keeper didn't just come for that then. Eagle, how are you feeling about the team this week? Have Sims been going well?
Early in the week, to be honest, no, they weren't. Just playing around with formations a little bit, with what we used last week that won us a game in the Cup. It just wasn't working too well against Knox, and then it took me, a couple days to find a formation, and then once I, nailed that down, the Sims started to go in our favor, which was nice.
Question on that: will we ever see the maple tree again?
Potentially, right? As now this week we're playing with a condition of 5 instead of 1, so our players are going to play more like their progression model itself. You may see the maple tree come back out, but at progression 1, no, we're never using that tree ever again. Ooh, that's another.
Wasn't
tackle
Nacho,
from
was it?
behind. Yellow? Oh, a second one. Man.
Knox City are going to have to be careful, otherwise they're going to...
That's Levant.
Seems like the referee's got in his mind who the dirtier team are in this game.
Ooh.
I almost want to say that was great acting out there.
Oh, header off target.
Put the ball on target, Benny. So because we have 2 yellow cards, gentlemen, I'm going to hit on the yellow card suspension rule. So everybody is aware of what we're doing in the Simulation Soccer Federation. For every 5 red cards, for every 5 yellow cards you get a 1-match start ban, meaning you can't start that game, but you'll have to come off the bench on that game. It's the same thing for every red card. You get 1 start ban. Matt, so what do you think about that, Thomas?
I think it's a good rule to put in to where it's going to make sure that these players are still touching the field, but it's going to get them off there for a little while just to show them that you can't put everything into aggression and physical contact because it's going to risk getting those cards.
Yeah, and it's what's going to happen eventually, which is going to be nice, is when we get human subs on the bench, because right now we only have computers subs.
Ooh,
I thought that was a tackle. Yeah.
looks like you might have kicked him in the face clearing that ball.
Yeah. No, but going back, it's going to be nice getting other human subs or human players starts and everything like that as we continue on the advancement of this league that we have.
I believe we're 1 player short on the waiting list for that to potentially happen.
Correct, we are. We're 1 player short right now. And then once we get that 1 player, we'll figure out the safest way to make sure we can try to get human subs on the bench to get more people interested in this team, in this league and everything. We had 1. Chris Lee just told us we had a player join today. So as long as he did the new player check-in, then we have 6. Oh, that's a
great goal.
Damn it.
That's as I said, that's how you go attack this team. You can't keep crossing balls into the box because Williamson will just head them away. If you hit them through the middle, they're going to struggle to turn these big, lumbering players.
I really think that Knox City needed that, especially having 2 yellow cards in the backfield. I feel like we're going to see a player get sent off today, so Knox City really needs to put the pedal down and score while they can.
It's a good turn. It was a good pass splitting Zandwick and Williams in the middle axis. All he had to do was easily turn and just bury it by Gerald Smith. 1-0. Knox City, 38 minutes in.
That goal was sponsored by Axis Live. Just so everybody's aware. Axis Live is a great sports talk show that covers both the SFL and the SSF. Tune in on your T's Tuesdays and Thursdays at 9:00 at night.
Now, over under on his next show, how long do you guys think Dave is going to talk about him being the one to get the first ever goal in the Simulation Soccer Federation?
The After Dark segment will be the entire thing.
He's already proclaimed himself diva of the pitch.
Diva of the pitch. I like it.
Ooh, we got to run with him, though. Come on, Williams. Ooh.
Oh, he puts it ahead. Good thing the goalie came up.
Well
Good
played
thing
by the
Gerald
defender.
got some awareness. Oh, man. Hearts they need to respond
Mm-hmm.
to this.
When Hearts have been getting in the box, they've been getting in some good position, but they just haven't had the confidence to go for it.
Man.
They've only really had that one header from the corner, which went quite far over the bar.
Going into the locker room, Eagle. What are you telling your guys?
You know, you got to stay up and everything because it's a 90-minute game. I'm going to tell my players to be attacking Nacho, attack Levant as well. They've got yellows. So as they get tired in the second half, it's a potential easy target right there for them. It was good recovery.
Steal there.
Good recovery. But again, that's how Knox City have got to attack Hearts of Mabel, just on the shoulder of the defender, stay on side, and Axis is quick enough to get into those good positions.
Nope. In the halftime, Knox City is up 1-0 with a goal from Dave Axis in the 38th minute. Thomas, let's talk about that first half, Knox City style. How do you feel they did?
I think they would like to see a lot more possession. Obviously, only 37% possession time is a little rough. But on the offensive side of the ball, they were definitely efficient. Not as many passes, but they were passing efficiently. And I think despite how aggressive their defense was playing, it was getting the job done and making sure that guys like Mondavi and his offense weren't completing what they were wanting to.
Maddie, what about Hearts? I'll let you pretend you're me. What are you telling my guys at halftime? Or just walk into my locker room right now and talk to them. What would you say?
I think they need to stop just passing the ball. I mean, look at the amount of passes they've got compared to Knox City. Clearly, Knox are playing on the counter-attack. And keep the ball, but make effective passes. Don't just keep passing it side to side, backwards. Make a run, move a defender out of position, create space for someone else. I think it's off the ball, where Hearts are struggling right now. The passing's fine, but it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, I feel like it's that final third, right? You know, we can control the midfield perfectly fine, but it kind of gets a little messy for us in that final third to get that attempt on target. Winkler, what are your thoughts from the first half?
I'm definitely interested in the yellows. I mean, I've done a lot of sims. I've not seen 2 yellows in one match. It's going to be interesting to see if it comes back and bites Knox City in the second.
Okay, well, that's the first half of this match on Knox City versus Hearts of Maple. We're going to head back out to the field for the second half. This half, Knox City is going to be kicking right to left, and Hearts of Maple is going to be kicking right to left. Yeah, I feel like, though, for Hearts, you need to get an early goal here in the second half to just kind of bring momentum back towards your fold. What do you think about that, Thomas? I
completely agree with you. I think the momentum is what's going to finish this game out. I I think Hearts of Maple is definitely going to even this game up. It's just a matter of when. And seeing them defend this home field here in match day 1 is going to be really important for them. I think both teams have looked a little sloppier than they would have liked, but we've just got a good match here.
Mm-hmm.
Is your team is Hearts of Maple playing as aggressive as you would like on attacking the other team's keeper?
Maybe not so much, but I set it up because I wanted to try to get the wingers behind the outside backs to cause a little issue in between. Tony and Cairo are doing a great job in the center of midfield right now for us at that first half. Maradona probably could have taken a shot or two.
I mean, Eagle, see that play right there, just when he could have taken the shot, but he took it on, got tackled, it got cleared. That's what's happening too often. If he takes the shot, who knows? Even if it ricochets, it could ricochet for a corner, give you another attacking opportunity, could ricochet into the goal, could go to a player in a better position. So it's just that cutting edge that Hearts of Maple are lacking right now.
Ooh, it's a good. See, that's a bad giveaway. Like we do a great job, stealing the ball, and then we just give the ball right back. That's only going to get better as progression, as a player gets better, as he gets skilled on the training field for us.
Knocks aren't doing anything special. They're just hitting Hearts on the counter attack, which is quite standard for an away team. And they just had that one chance, scored the goal, and that's all they've needed so far.
Yeah, they just took advantage of their one opportunity.
They're significantly, the score between the last time you guys played is drastically different. Does that give you more confidence in this half to come back and strike even?
Yeah, it just it was just an epic failure on the tactics, right, from the preseason, from the Federation Cup. We do those cups a little bit to try to get real teams and see how formations are going to work or tactics are going to work, and that did not work at all. We got rid of that right away, and we went to town for match 1, and we so far I feel is a lot better, because at this point I believe we were down 4-0 or 4-1 at this point by now.
Yeah, Hearts have defended really well, and they're coming forward nicely in the middle of the pitch. It's just that final ball, that final pass, just is lacking.
Oh, get it!
Oh,
there it is!
A huge finish.
Yeah.
There it is, right there.
As soon as you get the final ball to be a good one, to put pressure on the defense, you get a goal. It's fairly simple, this game of football.
Yeah, I mean, first off, it was a great save from Rosca off of, I believe, Tom Welsh's first shot, but Rosca, all he could do is deflect it right back in the path of Mondavi, who taps it in and ties this match up in the 60th minute. Ooh. And that's a lot of I feel better now. It's a lot of weight lifted off my shoulders with that goal. Now it's just time to continue on and push on for number 2.
Both owners getting the first goal of the clubs.
Hogan O'Connor, though, that was a great ball in by Hogan O'Connor out on the right side.
That was a great ball in by Hogan. I didn't think he was going to send it that low, but it worked out. And I think this is the first time. Did it just start raining, or has it been raining the entire match?
I think it just started raining.
It's gonna be an interesting dynamic.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with the field and
with the short grass. You think the ball's got to be flying?
It's gonna be slippery. Look at
the ball is gonna zip.
Right after I say it, you see the ball zip up there.
You just saw that effect right there. That could have been a beautiful play had it not been.
Yeah, 10 minutes ago, that would have been perfect.
Oh yeah.
We're seeing Hearts of Maple playing a lot more aggressive. They're wanting to take care of this game.
Good work, Tom.
Thank you.
This is what we mean about.
I'm talking to Tom on my left back.
Take the shot.
Take
the shot. There.
Oh, deflected and a huge adjustment and save.
Good reaction from Rosca.
But it's that thing now about Hearts are passing it just as much. It's just the passes are so much more effective because they're putting it into the right areas and not just going side to side.
Close him out. Oh, that's a good ball into. That's gonna. Oh, great save.
Humongous save by Gerald Smith.
Great save.
What a head on that bald man.
I mean, but you're within the 6-yard box, right? Is that a poor finish or is that a better save?
I'd say poor finish because of how close he was to the keeper. I think he could have positioned that better.
Maddie, what do you think?
It's tough. I mean, the defender did a good job of getting in the way to sort of affect. It's tough to direct a header and control your body in there at the same time. So the striker could well have just been getting anything on the goal.
Yeah, I
and
think
it was good. It was good positioning by the keeper.
And the fact that he's an older gentleman, getting your body to contort like that, it's impressive in its own right.
Yeah.
So
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets subbed off right now.
Tom Welsh is off for Taz von Wolfswinkel. And I didn't see who came on for Knox City. Oh, Brian Zachary came on for Freddie.
2-goal man in the cup, Brian Zachary, in for Freddie. He can score.
Yeah, so Winkler hit on Freddie Trammell for a second. Did Hearts of Maple's tight marking work out for them?
You haven't really called his name very much, so I would say it did. But did it also cost him a goal? It's something we're gonna have to look at and see. I didn't quite see who was in the box when Dave scored his goal. Something I'm gonna have to go back and look at, watch the tape a little bit. But I mean, as far as taking Freddie out, it worked to a T.
Yeah, and then Thomas, what about Tom Welsh? How's his performance for Hearts of Maple?
I think he had a great game. We were talking about him in the passing game in the midfield a lot, and I think Tom Welsh has got to be happy with that performance.
And Knox City's making their second sub. Robo is being withdrawn for David Drew. Maddie, hit on Robo's performance from this game.
I don't think he's performed too badly. I just think they probably want to get that second goal, so they're just going to have something a bit different, a bit more fresh legs to put pressure on the Hearts of Maple defense.
It really looks like Dave Access is recruiting the family to help push them over the top.
Dave Access? I don't know who that is.
Oh, good save.
I noticed that the Knox City tactics, sort of on-the-fly tactics, went to hug the sideline, so they might be getting to sort of look to exploit the wide side. The Eagles been taken off.
No. Benny Maradonis is off, and LC Mondavi is on. Wink, hit on Benny Maradonis from this match.
I think he's got a lot to work on. He was a little gun shy. I think it could have cost him an opportunity for Hearts of Maple to take first blood in this. He just needs to go back to training and get a little bit more confident in taking the ball all the way and taking a shot.
Yeah, so we're coming up to the last 15 minutes of this match. Thomas, are you going for the win or are you going for penalties? What are you fighting for right now?
I think both teams are going for the win because the last 10 minutes we've seen Knox City attacking hard, and then here we see a huge run coming from Hearts of Maple.
Oh, Von Wolfswinkel.
The substitute.
Von Wolfswinkel.
The substitute.
Von Wolfswinkel.
Did you just see him say, "I'm a man," and push the defender?
Man,
the strength. The absolute
a whole new level.
The Dutch strength.
Von Wolfswinkel puts Hearts of Maple up in the 75th minute. As we're talking about going for the win.
He says, Levant, you already have a card. Sit down, son.
Oh man! First off, we'll go back. That's a beautiful ball through from Eagle Mondavi to set Von Wolfswinkel through.
Look at that shove. Get off now.
Look at that 2-arm shove. Get out of my way, bitch! And he just carried that. Oh man.
I will say I am shocked that green shirt ref let that go after what we saw in the first half.
It's interesting that card could have played a factor in Levant not sliding there.
Yeah, because if Levant makes one last move, I mean, no matter what, he's off. Yellow card or straight red, either or. With that right there. As we were talking about going for the win, now I'm gonna switch back over to Maddie for a second. If you're Knox City, you got to push forward, and who are you attacking on Hearts of Maple right now to try to get that goal?
Well, I mean, they've clearly been having success going through the centre, trying to turn the Hearts of Maple centre back. So just get Dave Axis on the shoulder of the defenders, play it through the gap, much like the goal that Hearts of Maple just scored. And we've seen that Dave Axis can finish with the best of them. So that's where I would go. Although it seems like they're trying to go long, which isn't the best tactic. I mean, is it Williams or Williamson?
Williams.
Williams is going to win that battle all day.
Yeah. No, Zeus is, he's 200 centimeters. He's, I think, 87 kilos, so he's a big boy. He was a lot bigger, and we had height and weight restrictions that we put in.
Ooh.
It's interesting if Levant had gone down holding his face in that previous goal, would the goal have been chalked up? He'd have done a bit of a Ronaldo.
Seeing heavy, aggressive attacking by both teams on offense.
I think Hearts of Maple might take this based on what's going on right now. I think they're stymieing every attack that Knox City throw. They're just eating it up.
I'm still waiting for Knox City to put on the gas pedal right now. They're still playing, that even keel ball.
Mm-hmm. Both teams have been even keel pretty much the entire game. We've only seen it move a little bit each way for both teams, which is really surprising to me. And in most of my sims, between the teams I've been simming against, we see huge variations there depending on the game.
So now I gotta ask, how big of an impact do you think this rainstorm caused?
Is that a foul? That's got to be another foul, right? Oh, ace.
A third yellow for Knox. Ouch.
Now you are really seeing the aggressiveness come out of Knox City. Is it aggression or is it frustration at this point?
I think it's aggression. It's been consistent throughout the game that it's like every 30 minutes they're getting a new yellow card.
As well, it's just pressure from Hearts of Maple. They've got the ball. Knox clearly needed.
Right,
see another one.
That should be another yellow right there.
At least.
Should be.
Are they only giving him a warning?
The other ones.
Often was that Levant?
No, that was Nelson Lozano.
Often
That was way worse than the other ones.
Oh, that should have at least been a yellow. He got away with one there.
Oh.
Ref being friendly because they just had a different yellow.
Come on, Tom, put this on target. Nope.
Passes it in.
Oh,
and
I mean,
he doesn't play the pass.
It seemed like the AI just fell asleep then.
Yeah.
But this is good pressure from Hearts. This is where they want to play. And they might. Oh, okay, maybe not.
Very sloppy play from a team that's down that really needs to go on the attack.
Yeah, we're coming into the 90th minute. Oh, it's a good ball.
That's a great ball. That's exactly how they should have.
Oh man,
the equalizer in the
there it is. From both benches have scored. It's
Dave's
tied
favorite
up.
thing. We're gonna see PKs.
It's tied up 2-2, and Dave gets to go to his favorite place. PK.
That was really frustrating. My stream stalled just as he's about to kick the ball, so I didn't even get to see the goal.
It was the same thing that you were talking about. Clear breakaway, play the ball through. Brian Zachary ran onto it.
He held up Zeus just enough, not really muscled him, but kind of got in his way.
Couldn't do anything.
Hearts have got an issue now because now we've seen the blueprint for how to attack Zeus. We know how to attack Zeus now, which is on the shoulder. You can look at him right on the shoulder, just in line. You've got the pace to outrun him, put the ball in the back of the net.
You think too, he's right in front of him at the end there. So if Zeus would have tried to play that at all, it would have been a red card.
Ah, man.
You know what? If I was Zeus, I would have probably taken the red because you're at least then stopping a goal. And it's so late in the game, it might be worth it.
Taking one for the team for the 3 points.
Only 2 minutes with the yellow cards and stoppage time. That surprises me they didn't go longer.
Looks like Hearts might have one more attack left in them.
It
Does
looks
Knox
like
City
Knox
turn
City
and
might
push?
have one more attack left.
Yeah, as I said that, they lost the ball.
Commentator's curse.
Yeah.
Do we see them whistle it here, or they let it play?
Nope, we're
they
gonna let it play. Whew,
Anti-bit
that's
it.
tough. I will say though, I am a lot happier with that performance than last week's 5-1 ass kicking that we got against Knox City.
Each team coming out with at least a point now, with it going to PKs as well.
Six
Yeah,
shots to
so-
6 shots, 2 saves to 3 saves. I mean, this game on paper looks pretty even.
Yeah. Nope, it's the only thing that looked a little bit more. Hearts had more passes. Before we go into the penalty shootout, just for new players or new people that are watching, there are no draws in the Simulation Soccer Federation. Our point structure works as followed. You get 3 points for a win. Then we go to a penalty shootout. So if you win the penalty shootout, you get 2 points. If you lose the penalty shootout, you get 1 point. And if you lose the match outright in the 90 minutes, you get 0 points. So that's what we're doing, at least for the beta season, for the point system. Now, Maddie, if you're Knox City, how you feeling going into this penalty shootout?
I'm feeling. I mean, Knox City have got the momentum. Knox City have got to be the ones feeling confident. Only thing is, have they played a penalty shootout yet?
I don't think they did last weekend at
Did they
all.
play one in the cup? Because I know Hearts of Maple have played one and lost one. So at least Hearts of Maple know what it's like to be in that situation. So they've got the momentum, lacking in the experience.
Yeah. Nope. Thomas, actually, no, we'll go to Winkler first. If you're Hearts of Maple, how you feeling going into penalties?
I would say I'm feeling amped up, but that goal from Brian kind of knocked the wind out of my sails a little bit. Feeling a little bit more confident because we're able to take the team that blew us out to PKs, but I'm a little bit nervous still.
Gotcha. And Thomas, how you feeling for both of these teams going in? Who do you know? Or what are you feeling?
Right now, I think Hearts of Maple might be looking at a little bit more momentum their way. Obviously, because of that last game where they lost 5-1, and then now evening it up, bringing it to PKs. You know, Hearts of Maple has to be motivated. And then for Knox City, just the big saves Rosca has had in key situations. I think there's a lot of momentum on both sides, but I could see Hearts of Maple pulling it out.
Okay. Yeah.
It's interesting to see Nacho Sicario at sixth with a penalty rating of 49. So
yeah. So I was just gonna hit on that. The penalty shootout lineup. There is no changing it because there's no way to change it in our TED files and game plans. So it goes by position. So it's both teams are with their positions all the way down. So it's just by the AI's luck of who goes where. And it doesn't go by rank because the game does not allow that.
All right,
so basically you need to make sure that you up the penalty rating on your forwards and attacking midfielders.
Not really attacking midfielders, because it looks like if you have regular midfielders on the left and right, they go ahead of the attacker.
Yeah.
But then the center ones don't.
So how it works, it looks like I'm off of both formations. It looks like you've got your front line, right? Your front three. And then it goes by your highest forward midfielder, it looks like. But then
No, it goes so if you look at it,
I don't know.
It goes wings, then center, all the way down. So you got your forwards, then your center forward, then you got your mid wings, and then your mids.
Yep. Nope, that's exactly how it is. Yes, wingers first, then the center, then outside midfielders and the center guys, outside backs, center backs, keeper. It's exactly how it is.
That's frustrating because I really wanted to progress for Britain as the best penalty-taking keeper in the league.
Well, luckily enough, with a beta season, potentially there's a way that we could change it, but it will just take longer because the league headquarters would have to potentially figure that out. Maybe you have to put a penalty shootout roster in pregame, but we can talk about that later. Let's just get onto this penalty kick. So, whew. I'm nervous now, Wink. I feel like you last week. Von Wolfswinkel's coming up first for Hearts. Hearts is filled with left-footed players, by the way. Oh, straight down the middle. Whew. Great sub right there that Hart's made.
Oh, off the post.
Hit the post. This is what I'm saying. Hearts of Maple have already been in a penalty shootout. Knox City haven't. Eagle, are you too nervous to talk?
Yeah, a little bit. It's fine. I usually lose penalties. Oh,
Well, you're up. You're up
Great.
2-0. How do you feel right now?
I'll probably miss this penalty. Oh, never
Nice.
mind.
Very good penalty. Looks like Rosca's given up.
A lot of weight on Dave Axis' shoulders.
He says the
Man
world
himself.
revolves around him. Will his team fail
Old
because
wizard.
of it?
Oh, straight down the middle.
Finally
Nothing
puts
but
him on
power.
the board. Finally.
Power.
Now, if Hearts score here, it's over.
Some good hairstyles in Hearts of Maple, I have to say.
Oh yeah. They had some fun. This is where it gets nervy.
Looked like it was gonna nestle in the corner, but no.
That's what
Elsie
happens when you
needs
put
a
a
nap
3-month-old
now.
baby on pitch.
Elsie needs a nap.
That's got to be so frustrating. Completely fools the keeper, but can't
And
keep it
smokes
within
the
the
post.
net.
Tricky Nicky. Oh, I
Very
thought he
good
had it.
penalty.
Just out of the
Very
lead.
good penalty.
It's coming down to the wire here.
Does Rosca have a save in him?
Who is it? Who's up? I think it's Tony Roberto. It is.
The blue boots cannot miss.
Oh, straight down the middle.
the middle.
Straight down the middle.
Coming straight to you first, Eagle. How do you feel about your team's win?
Oh man, I'm a little shocked and excited that the game plan worked. Right, after last week, it was kind of, I already have fans. If you look at my stadium, I already have fans with signs and says "Eagle out." They already want me out after one performance last week, and I'm just happy that the game plan worked out. It would have been nice to maybe get all 3 points, but going into week 1 and walking away with 2 points in a penalty shootout win I can't complain at all, Thomas. Maddie, how do you feel about the game overall?
I thought it was an entertaining game. I thought that both teams defended well for large periods, but they showed a cutting edge which will serve them well going forward as everyone progresses. And I think both figured out the right way to attack the other in the end, which showed by the late goals.
Yeah. Thomas, if you're Knox City, are you upset that you lost in penalties? Or are you happy that you even got the penalties to begin with?
Honestly, anytime you get points is a good thing. So I think they're going to be happy with at least pulling a point out of this. First game of the year, you're going on the road, especially against a team like Hearts of Maple that's been doing really well in progressions. Just looked like an excellent team here in this match. Being able to take it to PKs and play that well. Knox City just has to be proud, and they need to give their players a pat on the back because they played a great game. Maybe a little too aggressive, but a great game overall.
Wink, how you feel about game 1? Official game 1. Federation Cup was fun last week, but this is like the official game 1. How do you feel?
I feel nervous for my game 1. That was something. A nice back and forth game. Both teams evenly matched, and it comes down to PKs. And Greg Soto pointed out in the chat, the owner of Miami, that Knox really has to be feeling good, and I have to agree with them. They come away on the road with a point, and that could definitely work out in their favor, especially if the remaining 2 games there's a clear cut winner, clear cut loser that automatically puts Knox up in points.
No, I agree. If I my my game plan on the road is at least to try to get at least 1 point, right? Away games are going to be a little bit harder to steal potentially all 3 points. So anytime you can take away points is going to help you guys out in the long run, I feel.
So can you just so the point system with the penalty shoot, was it if you win on penalties you get 2 points?
Yeah, so if you win the penalty, you get 2 penalty shootout, you get 2, and if you lose the penalty shootout, you get 1. I just felt like I just was curious to see straight the penalties, no extra time and everything. Wanted to kind of keep our games within like 45 minutes per game, per se. We just didn't want to have somebody that sits by their computer screen all day and potentially watches all the games, which is fine if you want to do it. But with Elsie, new baby, I can't do it the whole day. So at least for right now, this is what we're doing for the PK lineup, or the PK penalties. And to answer Robo's question, no. Right now it can't be changed because it's going by outside wingers first, then the center of the attackers, outside midfielders, the center midfielders, outside backs, center backs, and then goalkeepers. It's something we could potentially look at in the future, but for right now, we're not going to worry about that. I don't think, but I'm sure we'll have a chat. The owners will have a chat about it this week.
You know, if you get a penalty in, I suppose you can select who takes the penalty kick in regulation time. It's just when it comes to the penalty shootout at the end.
I'm sorry, I missed that.
Yeah, yes.
So
you can pick who's your PK kicker in regular time. That's in the game plan.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, so we got Dave Access here now with us. Dave, let's get your thoughts on the game.
Okay, so a couple of things. First and foremost, what a great game to watch, especially to kick off the opening weekend of the SSF. So it was an exciting game. I felt that you controlled possession more than we did, but if I was just seeing in the highlights, if Raska catches that one goal instead of just knocking it down, Eagle, you actually lose 2-1. So it was a pretty close game. Number one. Number two, I don't know where all these yellow cards came from. I don't know if it's a home field advantage thing. I don't know if you're paying off the refs. I don't know what you're doing there, Eagle. But has anybody ever seen 3 yellow cards in a game, let alone 2 in 1/2? I mean, kind of crazy. My other thing is I want to ask, so you guys are talking about the way the penalty kicks are set up, and I don't think it would have made a difference in this since we missed our first 3 anyway, but you guys have an AMF that was kicking 4th. We had an AMF that was 6th. So I don't think this center to left thing is correct. Because
it's not center to left. It's outside. So
hey,
you're out.
That's not my third uniform or my away uniform there, Winkler.
That's because I didn't put him in. I only put in that one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's the away.
So I'm going to go back really quick to talk to Dave.
Yeah, go ahead.
So it's your outside wingers shoot first, and it's going left to right.
Okay.
And then your third shooter is your striker. And then when it goes into the midfielder line, it's going left and right midfielders first. Then it goes down.
Why was your attacking midfielder first and ours was last?
Because it was before the centre midfielders, not the Eagle doesn't have any right or left midfielders, so
Correct.
The attacking midfielder was before the 2 centre midfielders.
What were your other 2 positions in the midfield?
2 center midfielders.
Okay. So that's why. Okay.
Yep, that's why that is. I don't have any outside. I control the middle of the pitch.
I'm actually surprised that they don't do it by penalty kick rating. That seems like it would make more sense to me.
Well,
They probably didn't think that someone would come up with this kind of league where no one controls it out there. Because obviously, if you were playing a game, you could
just switch it around yourself. Yeah,
I presume so. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. But anyway, great match. I know I don't feel fortunate that we were able to take the penalty kicks because I wanted to win the game. So I would rather have 3 points than 1 point, to be honest with you.
I think that's everybody. I think everybody would rather have 3 points than 1 point. But, I mean, would you rather have 1 point or 0?
I'd rather have 3. I'd rather have 3 points.
I think away from home though. I mean, it's going to be not many teams, even the best teams, don't have a winning record away from home. So to get any points away, if you can win your home games and get a few points on the road, then you're probably going to do well.
Yeah, it was from a spectator point of view, it was extremely entertaining seeing us go up 1-0, seeing you guys come back, take the 2-0 lead or 2-1 lead, seeing my kid come back again and score another late minute goal, and then all the yellow cards. There's a lot of action and a lot of excitement in this match today.
No, there definitely was. It was a good way to kick off.
Hey,
I'm happy with how everything worked out for us at Hearts. But one thing we will know, it's as it's a new league, it's going to be hard to continue all season. Right now, everybody sees some of our game plans, so now we have to change and plan for next week.
yeah, well, you and I do. The rest of these guys, they got to get this. They got to get their games going. Which I'm actually excited to see this game. This is your third time playing or fourth time playing in 2 weeks, you guys?
This is our third time.
All of them in Fort Ontario, every single one of them.
But before we kick off and before we talk about this game, sponsor for this game is the show or the station. The station. Thomas, you are the runner of the station. Do you want to give the listeners a little plug on what it is your show is and what times?
Oh, yeah, definitely. So for the station, other than holidays, we're going to be running it on Saturdays at 8 p.m., usually with a panel of 4 different contestants, which will change weekly. We'll have some guys that obviously are going to be pretty regular on the show, like Mr. Dave Axis, like Eagle, like Winkler, Tyler Fall, guys that'll rotate in there pretty frequently. And it's just a show with a panel competition similar to Around the Horn. We discuss different topics from simulation sports to real sports, and then we might throw some real world topics in there every once in a while. But it's just a lot of fun. In the first competition, we had Mr. Winkler here win it, and it's just a great show. I recommend tuning in tonight at 8.
There you go. And now that we have you on the mic, Mr. Access, sponsor of last game, would you like to say anything about your show?
Yeah, I mean, you did a really good job talking about it. Tuesdays and Thursdays at Twitch. We concentrate mostly on the SFL, but we're going to start integrating the SSF into it, as well as a couple other things coming up. And, that's pretty much it. You nailed it all on the head when you introduced it, so I appreciate that, Wink.
No problem. So, Thomas, I won your first show. Are you going to win our first meeting in the regular season?
I'm just interested to see how this game goes. I'm not going to sit here and say that my team's going to win. Obviously, everybody hopes for their team to win, but I'm a very superstitious person, and I would never put that kind of thing on my team. So I just want to see my guys perform well. I want to see a strong game, strong passing, strong defense, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Let's hope it's a lot of fun. I'm hoping for a close game. You never like to see blowouts, and if it is a blowout, God, I think it's bad news for us. But let's hope for a good game. Let's hope for a lot of yellow cards on Bryant Dynasty, and we'll see. Anybody else?
Looking forward to seeing. I was just going to say, I'm just looking forward to seeing how Ontario are going to get past someone called Bjorn.
Bjorn Facelayer. Oh,
great.
We'll show the real game plans on what we got cooking. So this is
someone's gone with a different tactic than the Christmas tree thing. Bless you.
I don't know. Fort Ontario's looks like a Christmas tree with like a smaller version of the Christmas tree.
It's almost like 2 flocks of geese. One right behind the other.
Is this the flying V? Are you
I call this the flying fort.
Winkler, do you have it in the right formation? Because that's not the one you posted in the owner's chat.
Right. That I was just posting player overalls. If you look in the thing, it says Game Plan 3. This is Game Plan 3.
Okay.
It's interesting. I'd be interested to see how the 2 forwards for Detroit can exploit the space between the left and right back and the centre backs, because that's a big gap. Unless those guys are instructed to sort of spread out slightly, that's It's a bit of a gap to run into.
Yeah, I think the midfield overall is going to be there's going to be a lot of action going on in that midfield for Detroit. Five midfielders, especially with 3 of them as attacking midfielders. If you can break that first line of the attacking midfielders as for Ontario, have a great chance of breaking down the defense in Detroit.
I think this game's going to have a lot of goals on both sides.
We're going to find out because the most goals I've seen is 4 in the Sims.
I've seen 5, so yeah, it hasn't been crazy. It's just been most of them are pretty mellow.
There he is, the stone wall.
Yeah, how tall is he?
The stone wall is 210 centimeters tall.
He can just reach up and grab the goalpost.
A tip then, shoot low.
The corn wall is a corn stalk of a man.
Apparently.
Is he all brawn, no brains?
Well, it is Zach Holdorf, so hey you.
General Cornwall. Be interesting to see if Caladino can continue his rich vein of score at least 2 or 3 goals like he seems to have a chance to do in every game.
Yeah. No, I agree with you on that one. It's definitely a different formation you're seeing out of Detroit. They did this last weekend, and it worked out pretty well for them.
The one centre back concerns me slightly though.
Yeah, it's a stretched out back 3. That's what it looks like to me.
Speaking of center backs, Rugen for the defenders. He's 155 centimeters tall at center back. He is the shortest person in the league, but he has got the biggest heart and biggest will to win.
At centre back.
At
a 5'1"
center back.
center back.
Right. Thomas just crossed the ball in.
Just cross the ball in.
Yeah. Even if the dude's got 90 jump, he's still not going to be as high in the air as most players.
I was about to say I know he's training on jumping right there. You know.
Look at him.
Look, he's tiny.
Has he got like size 1 boots?
Size 1 boots. He chops at Baby Gap.
Yeah. Oh, Caladino was an early foul.
We've got red shirt ref.
Oh no! Wow, wait, we got red
Well, that
shirt.
was a bit of that was friendly fire. That was.
Yeah, why'd he call a foul then if it's red shirt ref?
It's been talking to you. Wants to outdo green shirt. So it's the only red shirt and green shirt ref. There no other.
So far, we haven't expanded our referees yet. You know, we're not
have it in the budget yet.
Yeah, we're not getting Mike Dean or Mark Clattenburg here in this simulation soccer federation.
I think we should have a competition to name the refs.
We could probably do something like that. We were talking about it this morning. We decided that red shirt ref last week never called a foul, and green shirt referee called fouls, so that's what we were calling them.
I think green shirt referee showcased his ability amazingly on calling fouls this past game.
Yeah, I think you're full of shit.
Thing is, though, to be fair to Knox City, you're on the road. You kind of want to be more aggressive.
Yeah.
And it nearly worked. And to be honest, Knox City didn't play badly. They just couldn't quite hold on. It was Hearts and Maple that couldn't hold on, wasn't it?
Both teams playing defensive here. I wonder when we're going to see some attacking.
I mean, you'd think with 5 attacking players from Detroit, they'd be able to muster up an attack.
If you look at how Ontario defend, they just collapse to the box, which makes it really hard to break down.
Oh.
This is that thing, one centre back against the attacker.
Oh, wow. He's got to hit the target.
That centre back gets beaten, then good night, Vienna.
After the header, he just lost positioning.
Face Slane is now face.
Even if he would have shot on target, Dynasty would have blocked it.
You just know Caladino will be disappointed with that effort.
Yep. No, I agree with you on that.
He's not the only one disappointed in that effort.
Get him off.
Is that are those subs we see already warming up for Fort Ontario on the sideline after that miss? What's Ryan Owens gonna do?
Tackle.
Yeah, it's a good tackle.
Tackle.
Tackle. Hey, Tom, you hoping for Hugo to get a goal today?
I really am. I'd love to see Hugo get us on the scoreboard.
Oh my God! Look at how tall your tree is.
It's even more pronounced next to the really short guy as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like if you're Detroit, I feel like low, kick the ball low, and the tree won't be able to get down fast enough.
Yeah.
Or the cornstalk. Are we calling the cornstalk, or what are we
He's
calling
the cornstalk.
Cornstalk. Got it.
Got
Okay.
a lot of different things.
I just realized. I think Winkler's onto something here. Look at he's got the short defender to make Detroit or anybody they play. Oh,
Great goal. Great
Oh.
finish.
Let's see, what kind of celebration is he going to do? This is the
Winkler's
Wow.
got some thick upper body. He's been hitting the gym.
Yeah, I've never seen Winkler do that ever in real life.
yeah.
And that is why
10% of his stamina.
that is why I play in the SSF so that I can do.
Have we noticed that there's been a trend of the owner of the team scoring the first goal in every game
Oh, there
for
you go.
for every team?
Oh, so the over-under's on Thomas next.
Absolute conspiracy. No one else should even bother making a play.
I agree.
Thomas, show me you
Great.
got what it takes to find the back of the net.
It's a good
Yeah.
finish on the volley.
I mean, out of all the teams and owners so far, I'm the only one that's not on a forward line. So I wouldn't set the expectations as high for my guy.
Well, I don't know. You did pretty well in the tournament, bro.
I did, but I wasn't a forward.
Not well enough.
With that goal,
Yeah.
it takes Detroit off the defense, but leaves the defenders on it. As we saw in the Cup, when the defenders are on the defense and Detroit's not, it went 3 goals to Detroit, 0 goals to the defenders. So this could not work out in our favor for scoring first.
Ooh, I like Ashley Jackson's throw.
Oh, I was literally just about to say that. Reminds me of Fellaini.
Yeah.
Hey, so what I was starting to say before I was rudely interrupted by that goal is that I think Winkler's onto something. He's got that short defender, so teams are going to feel confident to do headers and stuff. But then he's got that tall goalie in the back, so he's got the low covered by the defender. He's got the high covered by the goalie. I think Winkler's onto something here.
Okay.
We'll see what happens, you know.
I will say.
Oh, look at he jumped over. He
He
jumped
won
over.
a header.
Yeah,
to himself.
kind of jumped over that phone book.
Rugen's counterpart, I believe, is in the 190 centimeter range. So
Yeah. Most teams
So small.
at professional level, they have one defender who's more of a ball playing defender, and then another who's more of just a stone wall or corn stack. So or whatever the phrase is that you guys use.
Oh man.
All I know is that when the keeper and that defender are on the screen at the same time, it looks like a dad and his kid playing football in the park.
and Rugen is in the chat right now. That would be Bearded Android for anyone who wants to congratulate him on him making it to the bigs despite everyone telling him he was always too short.
It's true. It's true. Dream big here in the Simulation Soccer Federation. You'll make it, even at 155 centimeters.
Is he not going to take any growth hormone like Messi did?
No, we don't do drug testing, so he might be able to get away with it, though.
Well, the owners have scored first.
Soto just put in the chat. His player's not a forward either.
Nope, his is a center mid.
I was just saying out of the games so far that have been played.
Yeah. No, I chatted with my team. I wasn't going to play forward, but they were all okay with it, so.
I didn't even ask my team.
No, I was going to, you got to think right as we're owners. You kind of want to play a position that's important that you won't have heavy turnover at.
Right. Exactly.
And if I wasn't going to be a striker, Greg Soto's got it perfectly on the tee, being a center midfielder, in my opinion.
Ooh.
Good turn. And then lost the ball.
Ooh.
See, again,
no.
that one centre-back's been dragged out of position.
Yep.
Luckily for him, Palladino didn't do much until now.
Oh, good
Good
save.
save.
Oh,
Good save.
Detroit are under the cosh at the minute. Every time Ontario go forward, they look dangerous.
Yeah, good save, though. Swing the ball in, Devin King. Ah.
no.
Very nice.
There it is. The Jamaican-born American Palladino.
You want to?
He's from the Ivory Coast.
Oh, is that what it was? Oh.
Well, Juice876 said, who scored? I missed it. Well, I think you just saw that one, and then Winkler scored the first one.
Yep.
Palladino reminds me of Didier Drogba.
No, I agree. Yeah. Big power forward.
Is
Finisher.
that his off foot, too? Did he do it with his off foot?
I think he did. I don't think he's
left-footed.
left-footed. Wink only know that.
I actually don't know that. So I
Well,
forget. I forget. I'm a terrible owner. I did
You
want
are
to point
terrible
out,
owner.
though, that Chris Lee has set up both goals. He's the assist man on both.
Oh,
Great
oh,
ball.
I was hoping. I was getting ready to.
oh, there it is. There it is. There it is.
Oh,
Oh, great save.
Oh,
Great save.
great save
Great
by the
save.
tree. Why are you going high on the tree? His hands are up there.
Because they had that little guy down there defending.
Oh, man.
The agility by the so-called tree there.
It's a freak of nature.
Another header won by Rugen.
Is this a stat we're going to keep throughout the season?
Rugen headers, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
his socks are as long as his legs, it looks like.
Oh, that's a bad give. That was a bad outlet right there. Got lucky. Oh man.
This is tough for Detroit now. I mean, 2-0
Yeah.
down on the road. You know, you've had. I mean, that chance missed as well onto the bar. It just doesn't look like it's going to be their day.
Yeah, I was just about to bring Thomas in and ask him how he's feeling so far. 39 minutes in. Good save.
Save.
He almost got to feel a lot worse right there.
Yeah, Thomas, how you feeling?
Just need to play stronger in the second half and putting some things together, figuring things out, and just got a lot of time left in this game and hoping my team can stay strong.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the score now. Honestly, if I'm looking at this from the booth and not from the owner, if I'm Detroit, I'm not worried. We've already showed that we could come back from a 3-0 deficit against the defenders. So right now, I'm just trying to get into the groove, stick to my game plan, and then turn the screws loose.
Yeah, no. It's worked out very well so far for Fort Ontario here. Ooh. Ooh, good effort, Good effort to make something out of nothing there.
I think Detroit need half time to come and fast because they're just they're under pressure. They're not clearing the lines, and Ontario they're getting closer and closer to that third goal.
Yeah, Ryan Owens just wide.
I believe that was opposite foot for Owens. That was an opposite foot shot.
An opposite foot shot.
Yes,
What would you call
Call
it?
it the weak foot.
Weak
Call it the
foot.
weak foot.
Okay.
Or off foot,
shot.
weak foot.
Yeah, but here in Ontario, Fort Ontario, we have no weak feet.
Oh,
Yeah, just ignore him sometimes.
yeah, it's easy
That's the best thing you can do.
Oh
sometimes.
well, that must have been a weak foot because it was an awful pass.
Oh, it's good.
Oh, great ball! That is a great.
Oh.
That was such a good ball by Caladina.
Wow.
Makai, she got a hand on it. Just wasn't enough though. Just wasn't enough there.
I'm wondering where the social distancing is on that celebration. To be honest,
we're we don't care about COVID in the Simulation Soccer Federation. We let 100% fans in and everything. Oh, it's a good.
it just seems like that the Detroit keeper is social distance from the ball.
That was a lucky
That's a better-
bounce. That was a lucky bounce.
Better pass than a finish, in my opinion. I mean, Winkler did his job, but Caladinho with a great pass there. Now going back to what Clint said, Detroit needs halftime.
It's interesting that it seemed in the cup, especially in that second day, most teams had a lot of success out wide, where it seems like through the middle seems to be the way to go in the first league week.
Yeah, we thought we would see some sort of change with the conditioning change, the upgrade that we did to the whole league. For that, I think it's definitely been a little bit positive. There hasn't been as many mistakes on players. Do you agree with that, Thomas?
What was the question again? Sorry.
I was just saying how the conditioning change, how we're not seeing as many mistakes. The league, it doesn't look as sloppy this week.
I don't agree with that. From all the sims and then seeing this, it's looked a lot more sloppy in my opinion. But game to game, it varies.
Yeah. So, Winkler, 3-0 at halftime, bud. How you feeling?
Absolutely shocked. In every sim that I've ran, those shots are reversed. So for us to come out this strong, I'm praying that we can continue the pressure and continue to test the Detroit keeper, and not kind of lull ourselves to sleep into a false sense of security and then end up blowing it like we did the last time we played them.
What are you telling your guys at halftime?
Keep up the pressure. Keep running. Just try and wear them down. Let's try and force some subs to get in here and take out some players who they have on the front lines that are their goal scorers.
I'm gonna bring Thomas back before he goes into the locker room for halftime. Thomas, what are you telling Detroit right now at halftime?
Just attack. We need to get goals and get back in this game.
Okay, I'll let you go back there. Hey, Matty Taylor, if overall thoughts from this first half on the Detroit side.
It's a case of they've nearly had the same amount of possession, nearly had the same amount of passes, and successful passes at that. They haven't been effective. They've probably, it seems like they're trying to attack the centre too much. It's the one shot they had, which should have been a goal if we tell the truth. That came out wide, crossed the ball in, found some space in the box, and put the ball on the goal. But yeah, I think they just need to throw caution to the wind now and just go for it.
Hey, Dave, I'll bring Dave in. Fort Ontario, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good, but I don't want to be overconfident. If I'm Wink in the clubhouse right now, I'm telling my team anything that happens in the first half can happen for the other team in the second half, so stay aggressive. I think that's the difference in the game. I mean, look at 7 shots on target versus 1 in the first half. Fort Ontario, they just need to stay aggressive.
Yeah, no, I agree. So now I'm not sure if anybody's new watching or listening. This is the Simulation Soccer Federation. We are a AI versus AI computer soccer sim league created by myself, Eagle Mondavi, and Geralt Winkler as well. We thought about this. This has been on our minds for about 4 or 5 months now, and this is week 1 of our league. There is a Discord server. If you're not involved, if you want to join the Discord server, we will link it here in the game chat on Twitch. Does anybody have anything to say before we go back out for the second half?
No.
I'm going to take that as a no. I'm going to take that as a giant no. Okay, let's head back out then for the second half. This half,
This is exactly what I was afraid of. This is exactly what happened the last time we played. Detroit came out aggressive.
Yep.
Fort
Here they come,
Ontario came out passive, and they turned it loose. We barely got possession in that half, and I tried to set the game plan up a little bit differently to try and make it so that we would be a little bit better playing defensive. Just praying it works.
this half, Detroit is going left to right, and Fort Ontario is going right to left in the dark jerseys. Are we gonna?
Gotta get.
Oh, I'll let you go, Slim. Sorry about that. Go
I
for
was
it.
just going to say that Hugo, he had to get that on target. Really, I know it was on the half volley, but how many chances like that are you going to get in the game? And it would have been the perfect time to get a goal back straight away when Ontario was still getting warmed up and still, the heads are still in the locker room. He needs to keep that ball down.
No, I agree. We're still waiting for Hugo to break his duck to get his first goal. Hoping it may come this half. Thomas, when you talk to your guys at halftime, how was the locker room feel?
Just amped up, ready to go, ready to play the second half and try and equalize this game.
Dynasty. I like Dynasty's man bun. There's a lot more positivity so far in early in the second half for Detroit.
The passes are just crisper. They're finding the right players in the right position, and they're splitting. See nearly got a shot off there. They're splitting the Ontario defense.
Who was there to stop that shot?
Was it Rugen again?
It was Rugen.
It's funny. Oh, Rugen, Defensive Player of the Year.
Well, speaking of Players of the Year, the preseason favorite for the Golden Boot was Hugo. He needs to get something going. He went scoreless in the Federation Cup, and I think he's only had the one chance here today, if I'm not mistaken.
Who would you say is the favorite now, going into the season after the cup?
Winkler, apparently, because he's got 2 goals already.
Well, yeah, it's tough. You've got a great striker, great forward in Bozier with Johnny Pickler if he can continue. Logan and Thomas did fantastic in the cup as well. And Caladino is always a good shout for Golden Boot winner of the league.
Thomas, you said the station is at 8 p.m. tonight?
8 p.m., yes.
I think the great thing about this league so far is that is a great ball. All the teams seem to have great front lines.
Great front lines, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's the good part about this new part of this league. Right, we're all right now currently around the same progression, but as the random numbers come in, you'll start to see maybe some people go forward a little bit ahead. So I'll be curious to see in future weeks how players will decide to progress their player going forward.
Yeah, I'd also find it interesting to see if a sub like Brian Zachary could be in the run for Golden Boot.
I mean, yeah, Taz von Wolfswinkel got.
Yeah. So what's going on here?
Can owners potentially start sub over a contracted player if they're going to play better than?
So I said in preseason there was no start restrictions, right? So if you're AI player, good effort, was better, then he could start. But what people don't know is AI players progress slower than human players, so they shouldn't be better.
Oh my goodness!
Oh, good work, Dynasty.
Caladino is showing basically how to play that position today. I mean, he's strong. He can pass. He can shoot. He's kind of got the full package. The only thing I haven't seen from him is if he's good in the air. But if you're good with your feet, then you don't necessarily need that skill.
And I don't know who sent that pass, but that was a great ball.
No, you
It's always
definitely.
easy.
Yeah, I was gonna say you definitely don't need the head if you got the feet work or the upper body strength.
It's always easy to pass the ball as well when you know you've got someone like Caladino on the end of it.
Who took that free kick? Was that Logan Thomas?
No, that was Twin Screw. He's our free kick taker.
Nice.
I
Twins-
believe, and I haven't checked everything, but I'm pretty sure Twin Screw Son is the best free kick taker in the league.
Scandinavians normally are, to be honest.
It's true.
It's like there with the Detroit, though. You know, they had 3-4 opportunities to get a cross in or get a shot and put a shot off and put some pressure on the defense, and they just didn't pull the trigger, which has got to be frustrating for the ownership.
No. Oh, Hugo's off. Hugo is off. We'll bring in Winkler. Break down Hugo's performance.
Pass. Go to somebody who's not playing him.
Okay. Dave Asher.
I had just got done talking about him, right?
Yep.
We saw that one shot that he had. I think it's the only time that we even called his name in the game, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Do you think it's a lack of service to Hugo, or just not getting open? Maddie.
I mean, at the minute, it seems like it's service because, like we're just seeing Detroit go into the, make good inroads into the Ontario half and not really do anything with it. And I think you just need, if you give him service, then he will score. He just does not. He doesn't want to be one of those strikers that takes 10 chances to score 1 goal.
Mm-hmm. No, as a striker, you might only get one chance a game to score, and you need to take full advantage of that one chance.
Yeah, I mean, look at Caladino's had 2 or 3, and he's got a goal.
Yep.
Set one up. So
Winkler's got 2
that's
chances.
the kind of. Yeah, Winkler 2 chances, 2 goals. It's changed the game.
Yep.
Detroit needs to get something here pretty quick.
See, again, good build-up play, but then in the final third, just not quite enough. And good defense.
Oh, I missed that Connor came on. Who came off for you guys, Wink?
Ryan Owens.
Ryan Owens. So, ooh, that's a...
No cards in this game, though, huh?
No.
As I was about to ask Maddie about Ryan Owens' performance, that happened. So, Matt, let's go back to that. Talk about Ryan Owens.
I think he played well. I think he's had a hand in it. They just scored. No. I think he's had a hand in one of the goals at least. I think he had a shot that nearly went in towards the end of the half. And basically, when he's had chances to perform, he's done pretty well.
Yep. No, he did well. There was that one wide shot in the first half that I remember where he made something out of nothing, which was great to see. And Eric Hammer is off. Dave, talk about Eric Hammer. Before you hit it, I'm gonna call Thomas Smith in and try to get him on the sideline before he goes to the bench. Thomas, talk about your performance today.
It's just a tough game all around. Just trying to keep up with these defenders here, doing our best to maintain ball possession, try and get quality chances, and it's been a good game so far. Still a little bit of time to play. We're going to try and get on the board.
Are you gonna like rethink this game plan for next week, or are you gonna try to stick it out?
Oh, I can't talk about that. That stays in the coach's room.
Nice try.
Tried to get him. Nope. I don't. Yeah. So Dave, go back to Eric Hammer. Talk about Eric.
Well,
Hammer.
before I go to Eric Hammer, what I want to know is why. I'm seeing some pretty bad tackles in this game. I haven't seen a single yellow card. There is a big difference between these two refs, between RSG, red shirt, or RSR, whatever his name is, red shirt ref and green shirt ref. I I'm starting to be a little concerned about how that's going to impact games depending on who your ref is, as opposed to how it's going to affect your game plan.
Yeah,
You know,
it's just like real sports in real life, right? Every ref is different. A lot of professional athletes know going into games, oh shit, we have this ref today. So
right, but we don't know that here. That's the thing,
nope,
right?
so players are just gonna have to get caught with the randomness and
So
hope.
To be honest, in real life, teams in the Premier League, teams won't know what ref they've got until basically the morning.
Correct.
So it kind of simulates that quite well, that you wouldn't know which ref you've got.
yeah, I'm wondering how many yellow cards we would have had if we had red shirt instead of green shirt.
There's a question in the chat for Dave.
Sorry, hold on.
They asked are you guys an aggressive team? Did you guys try to use aggression to your advantage?
Well, some of our players have used aggression in their progression, where you're a little aggressive in our game plan. I don't think to the extent that we deserve to have 3 freaking yellow cards in that match.
Well, I mean, you deserve it if you commit the foul, you deserve it. End of the day.
I think, yeah, I mean, I think one of those should not have been called for sure. The other 2 probably, but still, I mean, if you want to be consistent with the game, that's a lot compared to everything we've seen. Now, I will say there was a lot of talk in the tournament last weekend. Everybody was saying that we seem to be the most aggressive team. So I guess we're the most aggressive team.
At this point in time, with progressions of players, though, I mean, because everyone started at a 40 rate anyway. Interrupt my point, why don't you?
Yeah, had to.
Yeah, it's just you won't see players being too aggressive yet, because the range are still going to be in like the 40s or the 50s, so it's still not going to affect it too much. Anyway, great goal.
Yeah, great goal. Logan gets a consolidation goal or at the end there.
You could call that part of a comeback. There's still plenty of time left.
We got 9 minutes left. Thomas, how you feeling?
Just proud of the team breaking the shutout, and just want to see more of it.
The Cornwall general couldn't keep the clean sheet.
It was a low shot to the corner.
Yeah.
The way to beat him. I mean, Logan peeled away from the defender really well, and then put it in the corner.
Could you say Logan peeled the corn off the stalk?
I mean, you can say it.
Terrible. Yeah, you can say it. None of us would, but
terrible pun. Yeah, so Winkler, you've played Detroit now 3 times, and so far in the season. How do you feel all your matchups has gone so far?
When you have the people playing out of position that Thomas has, if you're Detroit, you hope for a better result, but you're content because you know that down the stretch you're going to be able to change your formation and you're going to be able to play people better than you were at the beginning of the season. I believe that's going to work out to a great number of strategies for Detroit here in the future. And you take 1 loss, 2 losses, maybe in the regular season, trying to sort that out, and then down the road you just have all those options. So I think Detroit's going to be a very interesting team to game plan against going forward.
No, I agree. Detroit, out of everybody in these first matchups, definitely had more of a unique formation compared to the rest of us. So it will be hard to game plan. Thomas is probably, I would say, going to keep testing the unique formations. Is that right, Thomas?
Yeah. Oh yeah, just playing around with formations for a while and figuring out what's going to work for the team with the players we got, and just looking forward to next week. Congratulations to Fort Ontario on a great game. It was really competitive and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, bring Winkler back. You guys are top of the table right now. How does that make you feel?
Well, looking at the other team that could potentially be top of the table, I think well deserved. I think when you compare us to Hearts of Maple, I think it's a no-brainer, and I can't wait to take it to them.
Yeah, how'd I figure you were going to say something like that and everything? Yeah, funny. Fantastic. Dave, talk about this game, your views on this game.
Sorry, hold on. My
How are
wife
you-
just brought me chocolate crispy treats. Hold on. I
How
would
was
say
about
that.
chocolate crispy treats?
You want me to talk about these instead, dude? The consistency, the fluidity. I mean, it's like scoring 4 goals in a game right now.
How
in my
can you
mouth.
bring chocolate crispy treats into the box and not share with the rest of us?
You can have, dude. You can have as many as you want if you're over here. Knock yourself out. I would say that I'm a little shocked by the result. I think we saw these teams play closer games in the Federation Cup. I really am intrigued on the Hugo situation for Detroit. Um, I just think, I don't know what the final shots were. We said they were 7-1 at halftime, and I think the first half just made all the difference in the game.
Maddie, let's hear your thoughts on this game.
I think it's something that it's easily fixable for Detroit. I think they struggled with the one centre back against Caladino because that just took that centre back out of the game and then left space in behind. And Caladino is such a good player to go 1-on-1 with him is quite a difficult thing. I think, I mean, Ontario have been good. They were good through the cup. They were good today. I don't think Detroit should be too disheartened by this. I think it's a long season, and I think they're going to bounce back.
Yeah, no, it's exactly. We have 14 match weeks, so this is only match week 1, so you can't really, talk about the whole season overall just after one performance.
You look at these highlights, right? And that shot by Twin Screw that barely grazes the crossbar, the shot by Hugo that also hits the crossbar. I mean, Detroit was inches away from tying this game. I think Fort Ontario, we got a little lucky with shot placement. And I don't know. I feel very bad for whoever plays Detroit next.
Who does play Detroit next?
Let me pull up my schedule 1 second. Match day 2, it's me. Yeah. Me.
Well, there you go.
But Detroit again is on the road next week against Hearts of Maple next week. So in the game 3 for that one. So yeah, it could be. For me, I'm not going to take them for granted or anything like that. When a good team gets beat, they come out stronger in the next game. So
yeah,
it will be a tough, training week for Hearts of Maple to get mentally prepared for Detroit.
we travel to Boston, and then Bozier travel to Knox City.
I'm going to say this right now. Most saves by a goalkeeper, Rosca.
How many did he have in the?
He had 3.
Okay.
He had 3, and he had 3 in 6 games last week or 5 games?
I don't even think he had 3 last weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he had any.
I think he had 1. I'm pretty sure he had 1, and that wasn't even until Sunday, I believe.
Was that? What did he catch a cross?
Yeah, he probably blocked it with his face or something. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure he had 1 on Sunday. But I think you're right; he didn't have any in the 2 games on Saturday. Yeah, I guess he was saving it for the regular season.
Yep, he must have been saving it for the regular season. Oh, that's funny. Oh man, that's good.
It's interesting that Detroit had more possession. It really didn't feel like they did. Like it felt like Ontario sort of dominated most of the game, but again, Detroit just needed to start cutting edge in the final third.
Yeah, I think possession at halftime was Fort Ontario 51, Detroit 49. So that was all second half. Only one shot for Fort Ontario in the second half.
And that's exactly what they did to us the last time. I except for I don't even think we had a shot the last time.
And it might not seem like a big gap, but 5% of possession in a soccer game is it does amount over 90 minutes to quite a sort of a large amount of time.
I did see Frank did put in here. Let me find it.
So now we're coming up here in a few minutes with our final match of the day. Bossier City is playing AC Miami Azul.
I think you can make them wear their third uniforms.
Yep.
Yeah. I'll bring in Thomas.
Sure.
Thomas, if you're Bossier City, coming off of last weekend, how are you feeling coming into match day 1 against Miami Azul?
I think they're coming in with confidence, but I don't think they're going to underestimate their opponent here by any means. I think Bossier City playing as the underdog through that entire tournament gave them a lot of perspective, and I think they're going to give respect to Miami while still attacking really strongly.
Dave, if you're AC Miami Azul, if you're Greg Soto, right? To be fair and to be honest, they did not have a fantastic cup last weekend. We know a lot of partying goes on over the training down there in Miami. Do you think they got a little bit more serious this week in training?
I think so. I think when you do a cup, a cup is like, a tournament or March Madness or something. There's a lot of excitement. There's partying, like you said. There's, mixing up with other teams before and after the game. I think the difference is now, it's time to buckle down. This is the regular season. This is where it all counts. I think you're going to see a completely different Miami team today.
Winkler, are you hoping is Pickler going to continue his scoring form like last week?
I hope not.
Okay.
No, because Wink wants that golden boot, baby.
Yep. No,
it's interesting that Miami have come out with a completely different formation than the Cup. In the Cup they went for wide, sort of 5 wide, and then 1 up front. And now they've got more of a narrow formation, I imagine, with the fullbacks sort of going on, like bombing on and getting balls into the box. So it's interesting as the opposite owner to sort of have game planned against a particular formation all week and then to get something completely different. And to answer Greg, that's what I was oohing at.
I will say I'm not sure who noticed and who has not noticed. The Miami Azul have updated their kits. And they have added their mascot to the left sleeve, the Blue Devil.
Yes. Yeah. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So AC Miami Azul are also now known as the Blue Devils. So Winkler, if you're the Blue Devils, who are you attacking on the Steamers team? Who are you going after?
Anybody named Mike. So I guess I'm attacking all.
Attacking all. Yeah. Thomas, we talked about Bossier, right? So let's go to AC Miami side. Who are you expecting more out of this weekend from last weekend?
I'm expecting to see a lot from Hollywood Mason and Greg Soto. I think last weekend we saw Art Vandelay getting really involved in there. We saw a good bit of coach. But I think Hollywood Mason and Greg Soto are going to try and take this game over for Miami.
Yeah, for me personally, my man to watch for Miami Azul is Finn McCool. He was out to lunch a few plays last week. He was late off his line. He got chipped a couple times. Dave, you got anything else to say? Or Maddie, you got anything else to say before we go into this?
Other than saying that I think you're going to see an entirely different Miami team, I'm thinking that Bossier City might come in a little overconfident after winning the Federation Cup.
I was just going to say that as the sort of from simming, against Miami all this week, the team essentially runs through Brian Craven. His passing and his sort of ability to see a pass is better than most players. So it'd be interesting to see with the long silver locks whether he can unlock the Bossier City defense, or our defense, should I say?
Yeah, your defense. Are you going to hope to play as well as you did last weekend? before you go on the field? Are you gonna? How you gonna?
No, I'm hoping to play worse.
There's the honesty right there. That's what we want to hear.
I want us to lose 3-0, so Thomas doesn't feel as bad as he probably does right now.
There you go. I'm actually anxious to see if Miami can get their first victory. That would be great.
So we're in Bossier. We're what, Louisiana?
Is this an office room that you guys are coming out of in Bossier? What's going on back there? It's got some cubicles.
We like to keep it business, you know, do all our business on the field.
The port, right? That's where we're at right now. The port, Swagger House.
The Swagger House.
Ooh.
It's interesting that we for some reason sold so many more old age pensioner tickets because Brian Craven's playing this week.
Yeah, the Wizard. He's gonna control that defensive midfield for AC Miami Azul, being that typical number 6 role right in front of the center backs. Looks like they're gonna be playing a narrow like a diamond 4-4-2. With 2 center midfielders and not outside mids with this formation.
It's 2 quite old-fashioned formations, really, going up against each other this week. And it'll be interesting to see how the 2 4-4-2s, you know, the battle for the midfield, how they work against each other.
It's cool that you guys gave some of your fans that AARP discount with the coach code. That was pretty nice of you guys. Maddie.
To be honest, I wasn't listening to what you just said, so I can't respond with something clever.
That's okay. you couldn't respond with anything clever anyway, so it's okay.
Now, you've seen the circle cut grass pattern on 2 stadiums now. Do you think it makes the pitch look bigger than it is?
Maybe.
Yeah, it's how I cut my grass.
The Steamers coming out trying to get ahead of steam, coming out on the attack. Is this something that you guys talked about all week, Maddie?
Yeah, it's written in the locker room. Build up head of steam, and the steam's in big bold letters because we know it's a fantastic pun.
Now he says something clever.
I was a bit mean.
I will note, what is it? We have green shirt ref, right?
Oh yeah.
Do we have? We've got light green.
Oh, is this a different green?
Yeah, I couldn't see him. He's blending in with the grass.
Yeah, this one's lighter green. We have a referee debut. Great. So, just another thing to complain about.
Yeah, we've just paid him off.
Yeah.
Oh no, Winkler got me fixated on this frickin' field now with the circles.
Are you even watching the game, or are you just looking at the field?
No, what game? I'm watching the circles and this light green ref now, this mint green referee.
One thing we've tried to do this week is we had Mike Hall out wide, and his actual position is a second striker, so we've moved him in to try and get him more into his natural position, and let's see if the half bald head can score some goals. I mean, I did say if he scores a goal, I will pay for a hair transplant for him.
Too bad you didn't say that in game 1.
I know he'd have hair like Ashley Jackson's.
There you go. It's a lot of good passing in this game already.
Keys to victory. After seeing Miami play, who do you think they need to get the ball in the foot to? Is it Sully or is it Kyoto?
I'll go first. I think Sully needs to get more involved. He wasn't as involved last week. You saw a lot of the preseason friendlies that Miami was running, and Sully was a key person to that offense.
I think Sully was out wide last week, so be interesting to see how he adapts to coming inside. I mean, he's clearly a big, strong boy, and to me, the key is to get the ball on the feet of Brian Craven, so he can spray the ball around.
So he can just sling passes left and right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Think kind of Andre Pirlo, that kind of mold. If anyone knows who he is.
Do you have a backup candidate?
Kind of like a Steve Gerrard.
Ah, there you go. Liverpool man. Very nice.
Ball in.
So, speaking of Liverpool, do you think anyone at this time has what it takes to transition from the SSF to the Premier League?
At this time, considering we're all rated 40, probably not. I mean, I think we'd struggle in a junior boys league, but never say never. I mean, Jamie Vardy, who plays for Leicester and England, he was playing, amateur football for 4 seasons prior to that. So I think Caladino's got a shot.
He definitely knows how to box out his man and get his shot up.
Mm-hmm. But then again, as defenders get stronger, and you would assume that most, some teams will be progressing their defenders to up their physical contact abilities, then that will become more difficult. Be interesting to see that it seemed like in the previous game that the attacking players had a bit of a step on the defenders, and it'd be interesting to see how many teams progress their centre back speed. I mean, I know in Boja we have.
I received an email from Everton asking to get Brian Zachary on loan.
As long as they pay his wages.
That's right. I said, yep, $1 million.
Considering they've probably got about 100 million to spend then.
Yeah, at least.
Especially with the way the currency is.
Ooh, that guy's on. Oh. Are we going to see something here finally?
Good turn.
There it is. Yep.
Oh, he sends it wide.
See, that's, the best strikers in the league, even now, people like Axis and Caladino, they would have buried that. Just need to wrap his foot around the other side of the ball more to get an inward curl rather than outward curl.
Doug Britton, the hero of last weekend's penalty shootout in the finals.
Yes.
Was he excited to get back out on the pitch and try and go for that clean sheet?
I mean, Doug's a very excitable man anyway. And of course he was. I mean, in sims, in training, he's been absolutely epic, I mean, we ran a sim this morning, granted against a different Miami formation, and won 2-0, and Doug saved at least 3 or 4 shots. So, good turn.
Yep, there it is.
Great goal. Is that Frank Wade? No, Johnny Pickler.
The first owner player, or the first non-owner player, to secure its team's first goal.
One thing we've kind of progressed with Johnny is with him being the sort of the lone striker up there, and Mike in a supporting role, he needs to be strong, he needs to be fast, and he needs to be able to finish, and that's kind of the direction we've gone with Johnny.
Well, it's paying off, that's for sure.
Want him to be a good all-rounder. The keeper should have saved that, really. That was poor from the keeper.
Again, this is the Simulation Soccer Federation. This is match day 1 of our 14 game season. This is our opening debut. We're calling this the beta season as we work out bugs and make sure we hammer down how progression works. If anybody's in the chat that this is your first time and you want to see what we're about, I'm gonna post the Discord link in the Twitch chat. You're more than welcome to join and inquire.
Well, I guess Johnny just answered the question at the top of the show if he was going to pick up where he left off this past weekend.
Yeah, former Golden Boot winner of the Federation Cup.
Yep.
Interesting that Sully, when Miami were attacking them, sort of found himself out wide again. And, even though he's in more of a central role, it seems like he favours that left side. And he just needs to use his strength and his size to get past the defence.
I'm feeling like Miami needs to respond before halftime so they can get their confidence back up.
Yeah, I mean, a 1-goal lead is always precarious. Bozier will, be pushing hard for the. See, a 1 and 2 goal lead is always a funny thing for a coach to plan for, because you want to get another goal to make it safe, but then you don't want to leave yourself open to conceding. So, this is a crucial time for both teams now. We've already seen that Miami have the ability to get in the box and get a shot on.
Not a good cross there. That was not good. Yeah, Miami needs to stay aggressive. I mean, they've got plenty of time. They've got almost 10 minutes, so let's see if they can do something.
And they haven't been playing badly. It's just, again, that final sort of ball into the box, final shot. The passing's been good. They've got 85% passing at the minute, which is good. So they just need to keep doing what they're doing. Don't let Bozier. We've already seen if you give Pickler some space, much like he might get now, then he can score. So that was the wrong ball.
Yeah.
Could have gone to Pickler. But it seems like Bozier are really pushing their fullbacks on. I mean, Blackman is right up there on the left-hand side now. So if Miami can get it in counter-attack, then there will be some space behind.
That was a good chance.
Who's 37? That was an ambitious shot. Poor.
That was probably maybe Matt Fennick. And it's Mike All with the
Mike All
with the receding hair.
Just shave it, Mike. Trust me. Just shave it, bro.
No, he looks a bit like a player called Andres Iniesta at the minute, who was a little Spanish wizard. So I'm happy for him to keep that. But again, Sully's found himself on the wide sort of channel again, which is working out at the minute. Great ball over the top. Seems to be getting some success against Ray and Rowe down that left-hand side.
They're getting the ball down okay, but the crossing has not been good.
Yeah, I mean, both, unlike Ontario, both potential centre-backs in Bozier are relatively tall, both in sort of the 189, one kind of above 6 foot range.
Right.
So, crossing the ball in is going to be a sort of a hard ask, especially when one of your forwards, Sully, who's meant to be in the centre, he's probably the biggest forward they've got, is the one crossing the ball. I'm not sure Kyoto's got the aerial strength to compete with the defenders.
Probably not. Interesting game plan, though.
Get the ball in.
Oop.
That was lucky.
Bit unfortunate not to be able to save that from being a corner.
That's what you get for having blue hair.
Nice punch by McCool.
That was. There you go. Finally cleared up. But
Be interesting to see when players start improving the technical skills and improving the long shooting and kick power, whether they'll be more willing to have a shot from range. We haven't seen many 20+ yard shots from any team so far this season.
There are a couple player skills that players can train in the long run that will improve both chance and accuracy of a long range shot. So,
I said with 36 minutes left, or 36 minutes into the half, Miami had some time, almost 10 minutes, and almost that entire 10 minutes was spent on the other end of the field. They did not capitalize at all.
yeah, Miami really needs to be more aggressive in pushing down the field and trying to get some shots. I mean, they had the same amount of shots, but Miami can't put it on target.
Yeah, it seems like Bossier seem like the more dangerous team. We seem like we're getting more sort of clear-cut chances. Miami, I don't know, they've got a narrow formation, so it's funny to see them going wide and trying to get the ball into the box. Hardly time to try through the centre and try and get both Sully and Kyoto linking up and get Craven just popping the ball over the top, using the forward speed so they can get in behind.
Yeah. Miami only playing 17% of their plays through the mid right now.
Mm-hmm. And you can see that Bossier, their left side with Frank Wade, and Frank Wade's more of a sort of attacking left midfielder, and then Blackman's as a left back as an offensive fullback, whereas on the other side, Scott Johnson on the right is more of a defensive player, more sort of box to box. So you see where that is having an effect on sort of the Bossier are attacking.
I did hear as Greg was leading his team into the locker room, telling them, "Hey, we need to pick up the pace. We need to go for the throat." So look for Miami to try and pick up the pace and put some pressure on the Steamers' defense in the second half.
Well, they definitely need to. Both teams only with 2 shots in the whole first half. Not a lot of chances.
Miami going to start with the ball going left to right.
Dave, having looked at had a good look at every team now, including your own.
Mm-hmm.
I know you're going to be confident going into the season anyway, because that's just your natural way you are. But are there any teams that have sort of stood out that will be the biggest challenge to face?
To be honest with you, I'm still a little shocked that Fort Ontario worked Detroit so hard today, because I honestly think Detroit might have the best set of forwards in the entire league. And the way they were putting goals up in the Cup, I thought they were going to be like a scoring machine this season. To see them only put up 1 late goal in the entire match today was shocking. So I probably would have said, before today, I would have said Detroit, but I think now I have to say Fort Ontario.
Do you think they were intimidated by the presence of Mr. Rugen?
Well, who isn't? I mean, anytime you walk into a room, once you can actually find him, then he's extremely intimidating.
I would be, because, anytime you're running in a straight line, you think you're going to get headbutted in the nuts.
Oh, jeez.
Look, Miami's playing a little bit more in the middle, little give and goes, but they don't have the numbers. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 people back for the Steamers?
To finish answering your question real quick, Maddie, I think that I think it's Fort Ontario right now, but I kind of think they're in Detroit's head now after 3 victories in 1 week against them. It'll be interesting to see what happens when they play again, and it looks like probably about halfway through the season. Oh.
I do want to note also, take it for what it is. All 3 matchups have been home matchups for Fort Ontario.
Oh, that's true. So when you travel to Detroit later in the season, we'll see what happens. But in the meantime,
I'm just hoping I don't get
Detroit
my team shot.
Well, Well, they have security buses and stuff when you go from the airport to the stadium. I don't know. I think we're going to see. You're right. What you mentioned earlier, Wink. I feel bad. Oh,
Great clearance. I mean, that was sort of bravery. I mean, brave trying to go for the header there by the attacking player, but
yeah.
seems like Miami are sort of finding a way through now.
Yeah, that was great. Just agreeing with what you said earlier, Winkler. I feel bad for Eagle next week. I think Detroit might just take it to them.
Ontario and Detroit next play in match day 5, so they've only got 4 weeks until they play again.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, let's see here. What is the schedule for next?
I'm guessing Detroit already has that circled on their schedule.
So match day 2, you're looking. First game's gonna be Fort Ontario versus AC Miami. Game 2 is gonna be Knox City hosting the Steamers, and game 3 is Hearts of Maple hosting Detroit. So early in the season, Detroit has their first 3 games are on the road. So I mean, their home stadium has not seen their team.
Thanks, Eagle.
However, late in the season, they have that stretch of home games. So is it going to work in their favor as they're trying to vie for that coveted position in the standings?
Especially if they can steal a victory as well on the road, it'll stand them in good stead for later on in the year. What are they doing?
Wait. Next week, Detroit is at Hearts of Maple. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Wink. So wait a minute. So Detroit gets 3 in the road to begin the season, and Hearts of Maple gets 2 home games to begin the season.
And Ontario do. Interesting how the creator of the league have both got 2 home games.
Listen. Hey. I will speak for myself and my team on this one. For Ontario had nothing to do with the schedule. I didn't even know it was made before it was posted. I will say though, I believe Fort Ontario in the middle of the season.
How was that a foul against Scott Johnson? How?
How wasn't it? Dirty play.
He got fouled. Scott, he should go in 2 for the ref. Light green ref clearly hasn't been paid off by Bozier.
Right, not like Halls of Maple paying off dark green ref. Come on, 3 yellow cards. Get the hell out of here.
And those yellow cards stick. Are you worried about that going into the?
Bro, we don't worry in Knox City, bro.
All right,
we don't worry.
Right.
We don't ever worry about anything.
How many is it? How many matches you get banned for a red? Is it just 1?
So it's the same. So five yellows equals a one match start ban.
Come on.
One red. Ooh.
Ooh, hey,
Yeah,
there we go.
Craven.
Finally, somebody.
Can't talk his way out of that one.
So do you feel a little bit better? That was almost right.
No.
I mean, that could have been a red. I mean, it's right down the back of his ankle.
If that was Knox City, it would have been a red.
Interesting that Michael Hall's just gone off. Haley Wade's come on.
Hey, Haley Wade, I mean, spending no time with her new husband. Just straight focused on the SSF.
Yes, straight to penalty kicks, right? From the altar to penalty kicks.
He knew what he was marrying into.
She did score her penalty kick, by the way.
She did.
Yeah.
Oh, Eagles back.
I'm back.
Shoot.
Oh!
What a great stretch by McCool. That was
Eagle.
Cool.
You hear us talking about the schedule while you were gone?
No, sorry. LC
We're
duty.
talking how convenient it is that you and Winkler get 2 home games to start, and Detroit's got to play 3 on the road.
Yeah,
to open
well,
the season.
AC Miami Azul plays 5 of the first 6 on the road.
That's even worse. You're not helping your cause here, bro.
No, I random number generated, random rolled everything. So with those,
I mean, it might just take a bit of human empathy next time.
yeah, maybe that's fine.
Do you really put human empathy into numbers though? If any owner can handle the 5 out of the 6 games away, it's Greg Soto. Him and his
Greg
devilish
Soto might be able to handle it, but can Miami handle it?
him and his devilish attitude, they're just gonna maybe add a line of Coke to the players' paychecks and they'll be good.
Stop trying to justify it.
Wait, the week we play them, I'm sending him a case of whiskey ahead of time.
Greg Scarface. So.
Oh,
Like I play in Miami for the BHB, and we're all about the cocaine and the hookers in Miami.
that's Soto's whole thing, man. Come on.
This is not normal football commentary. I'm not gonna lie.
It's not. That's why this is the SSF, baby.
Yeah,
That's why when I logged onto Twitch on my TV to follow the game, it had an age warning.
yes, it did have an age warning.
hey, better safe than sorry on that.
Yeah.
We are kid friendly, but we are also not kid friendly.
We're adults. Yes, we're kid friendly but adults.
This is the commentary you would hope to find at a bar while watching some footy ball.
Some footy ball. What
What was weird? It also said no women over 40 as well, which is odd.
Well, that's weird.
See, man.
No women over 40.
Who got the goal for Bozier? Sorry, I was.
What do you think?
It was the J2K sensation.
Are you turning that way?
Yeah.
Has Miami had any chances?
Yeah, they've had a couple actually. They just missed a couple.
Miami hasn't had that nice chance though. All of their shots didn't really have a lot of power onto it. They kind of bounced in.
No, tell you what, Bozier should have put this game away by now in these last couple of minutes.
Miami did have that one that went just wide.
They did have that one that went just wide. Frank's looking a little gassed. Blackman's looking gassed.
Blackman's lucky.
Blackman's put a lot of work in down that left flank. Here again.
Ooh.
Oh.
Little miscommunication it looked like there between the center back and McCool.
I think Blackman might be right-footed on that left side. That's why you see him turn back every time to cross the ball, in which is obviously clearly favouring that right foot.
I do like how much pressure Bossier City's still putting on Miami with a 1-0 lead in the game coming down to the wire.
Gotta put your chances away though. I mean, we've had a couple of really good chances in the box there and just couldn't quite. And we've already seen a late goal to change the game today.
Yes, we did.
Super subs, man. AI super subs in that first game.
Love them.
Mess around with it. Sorry, my ability as a commentator is hampered by my attachment to the.
That's all right. I won't even come in here during my own games. They'll have to put another label on this. Another label.
Yeah, that's what get the bleep machine out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beep, beep, beep. Be Morse code for Dave.
One thing I've been really impressed with for my team is just the calm nature of the centre backs have just been really solid. Miami have really struggled to get behind us, which I've been happy with. And it'll be key next week against a player like Axis.
Old and slow is that
and scored a lot of goals at that part.
I'm pretty sure Winkler is leading in goals right now.
Yeah, but I had 3 last weekend and I already had 1 today. Give me a break.
We're not counting last weekend stats.
Really? How come?
Because you had 90 speed by accident.
Because
it's a cup. You never mix the leagues.
I know. Well, it doesn't mean it didn't happen.
It just means it happened all in a dream. You dreamed it.
Yeah. The dream that's on YouTube forever.
Dream.
1 minute remaining. Miami on the last push. Can they
on,
string something together? Ooh.
Nope. No.
Wow.
Light green shirt ref was a dick.
Yeah, total dick. He must be related to dark green ref.
Oh man, so Pickler goal right there sends Steamers over Miami Azul. Seeing how I missed most of the first half, again, I apologize. Dave, talk to me about the game.
Well, the impressive thing, especially in the second half for Bossier City, is they didn't take their foot off the pedal. They didn't sit back and rest on their laurels with a 1-0 lead and just play defense. They kept on the attack. They kept pushing. They had a few more chances, and they were pretty close to putting a second goal on the board, which could have totally changed things. But I like the mindset of not sitting back and just trying to play defense to win 1-0. They kept going for that second goal the entire second half.
Maddie, how you feeling with that victory?
Oh, great. I mean, anytime you can get a victory in your first game when there's so many unknowns to the season, it's a good feeling. The game started off quite slow. I mean, we were talking about the grass for most of the first 10 minutes. And then, Pickler got that goal and it kind of came to life. And Miami played well, differently tactics-wise to how we expected. And, I think Bossier did just enough to deserve the victory.
So, Winkler, if you're Greg Soto, is this your performance today a positive move in the right direction from last weekend, or is it about equal or lower?
I think you can take some things away from this game that'll help push the team in a positive direction. I think you need to see a little bit more pressure out of Miami. They weren't capitalizing on some things. However, I will say that this game could easily have been 0-0. That goal that the Steamers got, McCool got his hand on it. He just couldn't deflect it enough away from the net. That goal doesn't go in. You're looking at 0-0 going to PKs. This game was a game about possession, and the Steamers controlled it, and they came out the victors.
So, because we've had Maddie Taylor here with us in the commentary booth for all three games today, I want to say thank you. Love to get your thoughts on the overall on match day 1 and how it went.
I think it went well. I think what was nice to see was having 3 totally different games. We had the first game, which was kind of like one team getting ahead, another team coming back and scoring the late goal to get the penalty kick shootout, and we had the second game, which was sort of more of, I guess, somewhat domination by one team, but again it was a lot of chances, a lot of goals, and then we had this game, which was more of a cagey affair where you do get those games where it is only 1-0, 0-0, and no one can quite get the ball in the net. So I think it's been the variation of games has kept it interesting. I think the commentary has been better than what the professionals do. I think one person in particular has had a great insight on all games. He just happens to have a British accent as well. And
we don't have accents in America.
Can you tell me? I'm not quite exact sure who that is. Could you actually just tell me?
Well, as I'm known in this league, Matty Taylor, which isn't even my real name. So I don't know why it's weird getting called up.
Matty Taylor, MVP in the booth.
I actually hate the name Matty as well. I don't know why I picked it, to be honest.
I mean, it's better than Mikey. You could have been Mikey Taylor.
Well, yeah, no, it's an assessment from someone who's grown up watching the game. I think it's been a really positive start.
One thing I do want to point out, when you look at the attacking areas, Miami did shift their focus a lot in that second half, going from 14% attacking down the mid, jumping up to 31%.
Yeah.
That's very interesting to see. And then the Steamers, they really just don't like the right side of the field. I don't even know why you guys have players over there.
Well, it's because, as I said, Scott Johnson, who's the right-sided midfielder, he's more of a box-to-box player, so he's more of a kind of a balanced, defensive-minded player. Whereas Frank Wade and Mike on the left, and Matt Fennick are more attacking players. So that's kind of the thinking there. And as you can see, Frank Wade was heavily involved. He's got a 7 rating, whereas Scott again is more of a sort of someone who's we've progressed his ball winning and his defensive awareness, and he's the one who gets the ball back for us. It just happens that he decided he wanted to play on the right.
Doug Britton with the first clean sheet, but facing no shots on target and having no saves.
He had them covered. He had them covered anyway.
He had them covered. No, Winkler, what do you think about day one for us? Do you think better than last weekend, the same, or worse? I hope not worse, but you know what I'm saying.
Well, there were no graphical miscues where you missed the first 10% of a game. So obviously that's going to be way better. All stats have been recorded. And Fort Ontario is sitting at the top of the table. I mean, how could you get better? Do tell.
Yeah, that's true. Dave, I'll ask you the same question. How do you think we did match day one?
I think we did great. I wouldn't say better or worse. I would say different. A cup tournament style weekend is going to be different than opening weekend. Both have their different types of excitement. Both have their different levels of play, types of play. I think for opening weekend match one, I think it was great. I think Maddie hit it on the head. 3 completely different styles of games. So everybody, got to see maybe something that was their kind of favorite game to watch. So I even though we came on the short end in game one, I did like the fact that we took a lead, you came back, you took the lead, we came back, go to PKs. Those are my favorite kind of games, but for people in Fort Ontario, they probably enjoyed I'm not sure I would necessarily label it as a blowout, but, up 3-0 till late in the game is pretty solid. And then this really defensive battle between Miami and Bossier City. So I think Maddie hit it on the head. I think you guys hit it on the head, and I think we had a great weekend.
Well, I appreciate all of that. At least our Winkler's hard work and production side, a little bit of my hard work building the league side isn't, going on the negative side and going down the drain, which is fantastic to see.
One thing I do want to mention before we sign off, the show. God, I'm going to say that every time. The station, 8 p.m. tonight. I'm going to post the Twitch channel in the chat. Please tune in. There's going to be some great content, and there's a wonderful host with a great set of panelists.
Yeah. No.
Again, tonight, 8 p.m.
Yeah, and I guess I'll do the sign off. This is Eagle Mondavi, commissioner of the Simulation Soccer Federation. Thank you. Love everybody that tuned in today to listen and watch match day one. Just get ready for match day 2 next Saturday. Here live on Simulation Soccer Federation's Twitch page. Again, thank you, and have a great rest of your Saturday.